This film is purely fictional. Please do not imitate it. Your like and subscribe are the motivation for me to update. Chapter 1: The Freshly Minted Village Chief. David lowered his left hand holding the hunting bow with a happy face, and then quickly walked through the forest with his vigorous skills. In the blink of an eye, he came to his prey, a deer that fell to the ground with several arrows in its body. He squatted down and put the hunting bow aside, drew out his dagger and struck a fatal blow at the prey that was not yet dead, and then moved the still steaming venison onto the rough-made back frame. The whole process was done in one go, very skillfully. "Hey!" After taking a breath, he stood up vigorously. After putting on the back brace, David struggled to stand up straight. The weight on the back brace behind him was much heavier than he expected. "My strength has deteriorated a lot. I hope I can recover quickly." Not long after entering the forest, he got dozens of kilograms of venison. David was very satisfied with today's harvest. If his luck remained so good, he should be able to return to normal conditions soon. Carrying a hunting bow and a quiver full of arrows, David walked toward his home outside the forest. David was originally a very ordinary office worker on Earth. After his untimely death, he somehow ended up in this world. According to his observations, this is a fantasy world similar to the European Middle Ages. The strict class system also made him very uncomfortable because he was just a commoner in his life. After being raised by an old hunter, Addis, to the age of 16, the unwilling David became a pioneer. In order to increase its territory, the Kingdom of Tehran encouraged civilians to become pioneers to develop lands without human life or habitation. Pioneers who successfully develop and occupy new lands can leave their civilian status and become knights or even noble lords. However, developing territory is not an easy task. After several months of trekking to select a place to live and more than a year and a half of reclamation work, David's team failed to cultivate qualified farmland. Coupled with factors such as the harsh climate, attacks by wild beasts, lack of food, medicine, and lack of reward for hard work, people died or gave up one after another. When the next winter passed, only David was left. He naturally received the development certificate and became the village chief of this newly built village. But after struggling through the second winter, David also began to consider leaving here. "This deer should help me recover and make some jerky. It would be better if I can find some wild vegetables." Carrying the main food for the next few days, David slowly walked back to this temporary village with only 4 large wooden houses. One of the 4 wooden houses is a warehouse, a blacksmith's workshop, and the kitchen of the entire team. David carried the venison into the wooden house and put it on a simple-looking table, and began to perform various treatments, skinning, removing the entrails. After cutting and cleaning the various parts of the meat, he stewed some broth for himself,